Hi gorgeous! In today's video I'm sharing my top 10 favorite eyeshadow palettes with you. These are my most loved, most used, tested, tried, and trusted by yours truly. And if you're looking for looks to wear with these palettes, I have a ton of combinations available on my website at myeyeshadowconsultant.com, but I will also link below tutorials that I have done with these palettes in the past in case you're looking for some inspiration. First palette on my list is the visiart, however the heck it is you want to say that. You know the one I'm talking about, Neutral Matte Palette. This is one that I put off purchasing for so long because I thought $80 was a lot for an eyeshadow, but when you break it down per eyeshadow, it's really not that expensive when you compare it to the MAC single eyeshadows. I think it's a little cheaper than the MAC singles, honestly. And the pigmentation is out of this world. They are smooth, easy to apply, some of the best eyeshadows that I own, and I would purchase this palette again and again and again. That is one of those palettes that I always reach for on days when I'm not feeling very creative and I need something fast, quick, and easy. Go to. Next one on my list is Makeup Revolution's Iconic 3 palette. This is a dupe for Urban Decay's Naked 3 palette, and I've done a comparison with these two in the past to show you how close they really are to one another. But I honestly love Makeup Revolution's version much better. I find it to be a lot more pigmented than Naked 3's. I don't struggle with having to get the eyeshadows on my eyes like I do with Naked 3. As an example, the eyeshadow dust that you find in Urban Decay's version, really hard to get it onto your eyes, but the Makeup Revolution version, not the case at all. Goes right on. The same lasting power as the Urban Decay version, but like I said, I reach for it far more often than Urban Decay's Naked 3. The Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells palette. I love this little palette, and I've replaced it once before already. It is always in my bag when I travel. It's very compact, great neutrals, makes the most perfect everyday eye, and there are dupes in here for MAC eyeshadows. I think it was Shroom, Naked Lunch, and Amber Lights, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, great pigmentation, excellent longevity, wonderful all the way around. This next palette is a Five Below find that I discovered very recently, and this is called Prismatic Nudes. It's from a brand called Live Beauty, and I love the pigmentation with this palette. I found the eyeshadows to be very easy to apply. I love the color range in here, and it's $5. You can't beat it. It's become one of my go-to palettes that I always have on my makeup table now. I just love it. I don't know how long you're gonna be able to find that one for though, so if you're watching this video now and you're interested in it, it's best to go visit your Five Below store to get it. It's a really great find. Anastasia's Modern Renaissance palette, a very warm palette with a mixture of mattes, shimmers, neutrals, and a lot of vibrant colors to punch up your looks. And especially now that we're going into summer, this is a gorgeous palette to really make your eyes pop, especially if you have blue, green, brown, hazel. Basically every eye color can wear this palette. If you're okay with color, it's a fantastic one to have. Out of all of the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palettes, it was hard for me to pick one, but there is one that I am using consistently and I have a problem with putting it down. And that is the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. My favorite eyeshadow in this palette is Mocha, as evidenced by the hole that has started to form within it. And this is one eyeshadow that I like to just put all over my eyes for a quick, easy 5-minute face. But there are other really great colors within this palette too that make the most beautiful neutral eye, no matter where or when you're planning on wearing an eyeshadow look. I'm just so speechless by this palette. I don't know how to describe it. It's a love for me, and I wish that Too Faced made some singles out of the eyeshadows that are within this palette because I would buy them out. The Loreal Pro 2 palette. This is a cooler toned palette, so if cool eyeshadows are your calling, you will love this one. Pigmentation is superb. You do have a row of shimmers and a row of mattes, so you can mix and match as you please. The color payoff is wonderful. No disappointment with this one whatsoever. And it was hard for me to pick between this one and the Loreal Pro 1 because I love that palette too. But if I were given the choice out of those two palettes, I'd have to go with Loreal Pro 2, surprisingly, because I'm not a cool toned eyeshadow girl, but I love the combos that I have created with that palette. The Stila Mind palette. This is one that I've had for a few months, and I only recently started using it a lot more often, and I love the color range within it. I like the finishes that you get. They apply so beautifully. Stila really does make some of the best eyeshadows out there. And I know many of you know that I loved the Stila in the palette series, the In the Know, In the Light, In the Garden, In the Moment. Those were my all-time favorites until they discontinued them, and they were some of the best palettes I ever had. And a lot of them have holes in them now. I'm almost afraid to use them because I don't want to use them up. But if you're looking for a new brand to try, you will not be disappointed in Stila, some of my most favorite eyeshadows of all time. And the final favorite I have to share with you was actually my first drugstore eyeshadow palette that I purchased when I started the Frugal Fridays series, and that is Wet n Wild's Comfort Zone. Still one of my all-time favorite palettes. Wet n Wild has really stepped up their game in recent years. The pigmentation that you find within their eyeshadow palettes is amazing. They last all day on the eyes, and the color range that they offer is phenomenal. It's just an all-around great company if you're looking for affordable eyeshadow options. Okay, hold on, wait, stop the video. I forgot to mention one, and that is the Tarte Tartlet palette. I love this one. How did I forget to mention it? There are 12 matte eyeshadows within this palette in a great range of colors to choose from that complement every eye color out there. And if you've not tried any of Tarte eyeshadows, you will be extremely impressed. They're very soft, easy to apply, and they blend so nicely on the eyes. Let me know what some of your favorite eyeshadow palettes are. Drugstore, high-end, doesn't matter. We covered them all today. Whether you're looking to add a new palette to your collection or you're just starting out, I do hope that you found this helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.